Hello everyone, how you going? Welcome to How to Be a Canadian, a video that is hopefully going to lead us all down the right path.
How to be a Canadian. Follow these steps and you too can be like us, eh? Step 1. Learn the different regions of Canada.
Still working on the rigs? Nah, I got laid off.
If you don't get to work, you're not coming to the burr, you greasy blue noser.
There's always next year.
Dude, I got the munchies. Can we get sushi?
Hey! I gonna spill the mustard on my favorite shirt.
Well, to be honest, I'm glad that I have a little bit of context and have watched just a few Canadian videos in my time because, well, I know the territories are just cold and so that makes sense, but there are plenty of other ones like the sandwich, the Montreal sandwich, was it? Meat piled high between breads, and then just even the word prairies. Like I was going, I don't really know what prairies are, but at least I now know what prairies are, and even though there is a shed in this shot just blocking my view, you can still just see it's just absolute flat land as far as the eye can see. I mean, speaking of sea, I'm surprised these guys aren't just getting lifted out of our view, out of our screen, out of the shot, whatever you want to call it, just because the Bay of Fundy is just having a title change.
Pay tribute to our fallen soldiers by gently stabbing yourself with a poppy.
Oh, sweet, Timbits. Oh, great. You guys ate all the good ones again.
Oh, you should really take off that poppy.
This poppy? No, I can't take this poppy off. You see, our forefathers, they sacrificed their lives for the rights and for the freedoms that we enjoy to this day. The least I can do is wear this one little flower for
I feel like you might want to get that one checked out, or maybe just tended to. I don't think there's anything actually to get checked out besides just, like she said, remove it. But yeah, definitely get it tended to before you end up collapsing on the floor. I mean, at first I didn't know what was going on. I was going, what's he doing? Is he having some kind of heart pain or something? The second one looks like he kind of grabs his hip or his knee. I was going, how is he getting injured in a commercial office like this? And then she just comes along and goes, you should definitely just take that off. And my goodness, look, if that's coming through your shirt and through everything, yeah, just listen to your colleagues.
Remember the golden age of Canadian television.
Oh, here we go.
Yo, can I trade you ketchup for all dress?
Sure.
Yes!
The North American house
And again.
hippo is found throughout
And
Canada
again.
and the eastern United States.
How come I've never seen a house hippo? Have you seen a house hippo?
And are rarely seen.
Once again, I'm glad that I've seen just a few other bits on Canada, because otherwise I would have no idea what is going on and going, house hippo, what is this an ad about? And then the other one, like drugs, that was a ride to go on for sure. I mean, sadly, I have not seen the Sleep Country one, and clearly these four people have, because they were just able to recite it to the millisecond. But why buy a mattress anywhere else is a hell of a slogan, and it kind of makes me question, why would I buy a mattress anywhere else? But of course, I feel as though the most Canadian thing in this whole video so far has just been these all dressed chips. Honestly, by the reaction in the comments that I got when I was going, what the hell are they? I'm surprised that he even gave them over.
Learn Canadian jargon. Looney, Toonie, 2426, the States, Giver, Keener, Hoser, Butte, Took, Yukon, Mickey, Pop, Toboggan, Stag, Hydro, Homo, Milk, Double, Carburetor. Eh?
Well, I can't lie, I'm certainly missing a few of those, but to my own credit, I do also know a few of those between the Looney, the Toonie, the 2.6. I didn't hear about the 2.4, but I can only imagine it's also an alcoholic bottle. I also called Took in there we go, Butte, Hoser and Keener. No idea where any of these other states, because whenever I've heard the states being mentioned, there's someone's talking about, the United States. But hey, like I said, hopefully everyone in the comments can just enlighten me to all of these ones, because even though I do know Butte, that's an Australian term, is it the same as Australian term? I have no idea what a Hoser is, a Keener, a Giver, nah, no idea.
Try your hardest to push the middle out of a toonie.
She'll go. Give me a try, eh?
How are they? Whoa.
Cool.
Isn't that
Wait.
illegal?
Isn't defacing money illegal?
Yes, generally it is. Or actually, I think in every country I'm sure it is, because, well, just generally that's how it works. And look, I might have paused it too quickly and they're about to rectify their little bit of an issue there with a welder or something, but let's just see what it ends up being. Or maybe he's got a big pipe wrench just to squish it back together. Oh, I wasn't actually that far away. He just wasn't using it how I expected him to be using it. But I love how the cops are on them for that. Like, really, such a minimal crime. And that's just like a major crime in Canada because nothing ever happens. They're too nice.
Love your Canadian celebrities.
Oh, he's gonna be.
Oh, Justin, you're so dreamy. Everything about you is so hot. Your hair, your tattoo, your powerful elbows.
Susie, come quick. The Bare Naked Ladies and Gordon Lightfoot are on George Stroumboulopoulos. Wait a second, what are you doing?
Just doing my social studies. I'll come join you on the Chesterfield.
That is a hell of a wall of Canadian celebrities, and I love how Poutin's on there as well. But it was very cleverly written. I definitely expected it to be the Justin that has been demoted to a little bit left of frame compared to Justin Trudeau, the man in the center. Especially because the picture just blocks the shirt for the entire time. I mean, I don't understand the powerful elbow, so maybe someone can enlighten me to that, but I understand the powerful part, if nothing else, being a Prime Minister. I mean, I'll admit, I did miss a little bit contextually of what he was talking about. I've heard of the Bare Naked Ladies before, but I don't know anything about them, and then the other guy, never heard of them, and then I can only imagine it's a show or something. Again, never heard of it. The only other thing I've actually heard about is the Chesterfield.
I'll come join you on the Chesterfield.
Respect the Canadian legal system.
Darn the police.
Hey there, fellas.
Oh shoot, it's the RCMP.
That graffiti there is in direct violation of Section 22B of the Official Languages Act.
Languages?
English and French, please.
Merci.
Really, boys?
Oh, that is once again very clever. I had no idea. I was like, languages law? Why would it be languages? Is it because of Dan is in there? Like, is that an offensive word? But no, Dan la police and Dan the police. Just to be all inclusive, just to make sure that no one's getting left out because, hey, it's a multilingual country. And to be honest, I feel like that probably is the worst thing that is going on here. Saying Dan the police is highly offensive. And honestly, it's a little bit self-aware, I think. So it's kind of like, oh, is that art or is that graffiti? I don't know. But then, like I said, if you aren't being inclusive, there has to be some sort of discrimination going on here, so I'm glad the law is being upheld and prioritized in that regard.
Recognize that whether you love or hate hockey, you'll probably get drunk because of it.
And that's why I'm wearing green in this beautiful hat.
Oh, they're talking about Don's clothing. Drink.
Winter kids, when you
drink.
See a guy along the Sedin, and we got to go quick. We got a minute 45.
Oh, they're running out of time. Drink.
It's a gimmick. It's the same thing as.
Oh yeah, he's doing the piano thing. Drink. That's two. That's two.
Same thing as a football game. It's a gimmick.
It's two.
When you don't want a dog to kill chickens to hang a chicken around its neck, you'll never touch it again.
Everyone finish your Mickeys.
What? I thought we were drinking 2 sixes.
Well, look, that one was a little bit too Canadian. Even by my standards, I can prove that I know a little bit, but I don't know everything. But hey, at least I now know a little bit more and have an example of a 2-6 and also a Mickey. I don't think they really sell those bottles in Australia, and so is that Spirits? But judging by his reaction earlier, I can only imagine that that is Spirits. But feel free to enlighten me to who Don Cherry is, because I've never heard of him, but he clearly has a long list of things to go with his drinking game.
Learn the Canadian version of American things. MTV, Much Music, 90210, Degrassi, Macy's, The Bay, Target, Zellers, NFL, CFL, Hanson's, The Moffats, Subway, Mr. Sub, Bacon, Canadian Bacon, Kanye, Drake, Mr. Rogers, Mr. Dressup, New York, Toronto, George Bush, Stephen Harper, Donald Trump, and Kevin O'Leary.
That was absolutely rapid, and I didn't even catch that many of them. I mean, I have heard of Kevin O'Leary before, and Drake, and Target, but not Zellers. I've heard of, what was it, Canadian Tire, that was one I was thinking of. And look, I might be overstepping in line here, but I feel like saying bacon and Canadian bacon are two separate things in their entirety is just splitting hairs for the sake of splitting hairs, you know? You might be able to say George W. Bush and Stephen Harper as two separate people, and they are, and that's fair enough, but bacon and Canadian bacon, surely the fact that it has bacon in it just rectifies the fact that it's bacon, because what, you're going to call it American bacon and then Canadian bacon? Then I guess, like I said, you're just splitting hairs, it's all bacon.
Take advantage of free healthcare.
Hey, did you hear they made O Canada gender neutral?
What, you mean like chicks can sing it now?
How'd she look, boys? Get on and give her, bud.
So it looks like you're already covered for your cast, your CT scan, and the new titanium leg. The only remaining balance is $17.38 for the crutches.
17 bucks? Sorry, but I'll be speaking to my local MP about this.
You know what, I kind of agree with him, because I feel like $17 is just a very strange number. I mean, I feel like he probably can afford the $17 for the crutches, but I just don't understand why it's $17 at all. Because there is absolutely no way that in an entire federal medical system budget they can't afford $17. I mean, yes, it's 17 times however many people need crutches, but that is going to be such a minute amount of people, and even just money going out the door, it's just a blip in the ocean.
Understand the metric system half of the time.
Welcome back to Who Wants to Win $1 Million, eh? Are you ready for your final question?
Yeah, let's give her.
For 1 million Canadian dollars, how much do you weigh in kilograms? Is it A, 40, B, 80, C, 65, D, 200?
Well, look, out of every single one there, just judging on the average person that he is looking like he's going to be, I have to say 80 kilos. There is obviously going to be some outliers that can weigh 65 and 40 and I guess 200. He's looking good for 200 kilos. Perhaps it's all the winter coats that he has to be wearing to keep out the cold as well as his toque. But I am interested to see what will his answer be, because I certainly hope that he doesn't say 40 or 200. 65 and 80, that is more in the realm of possibility at least.
Oh, I don't know. Kilograms.
Now remember, you can earn a bonus lifeline by listening to one Nickelback song in its entirety.
I think I'm gonna walk.
After all of the questions that he would have had to answer and of course get right in order to get to the $1 million, and that's the one he walks on, he clearly is not part of the half of the time that people need to be using kilograms then. But I do love the massive shift in emotion. He goes from being all happy, you know, he's, like I said, he's answered so many terribly hard questions just to be able to get to this spot, so he's confident, he's ready for the last one, he's ready for the million, and he's still got a smile on his face when they asked him how much do they weigh, and then it literally changes in what, a split second, and goes, oh no, the head goes back, the eyes pop out and goes, oh no, I'm walking then and here. My mind is made up. I cannot answer this thing.
Never accept substitutes for real maple syrup.
Whoa, you're not gonna use that crap, are you?
Yeah?
It tastes nothing like the real thing.
Whatever, it's all the same.
Mr. Russell, that's the 3rd time this month. I'm gonna have to write you up for contraband.
Can't you just give me a warning?
Sorry.
20 hours of community curling? That's like my whole weekend.
20 hours of community curling, what does that even entail? Like, you have to be the sweeper for someone else that is, I guess, doing the curling or whatever, the throwing action. And then I love the North American House Hippo shirt. I wonder if that was made just for this video, because we already had a whole North American House Hippo reference, but maybe it's actually a shirt you can buy. I mean, if it's not, there is just a gold mine that is waiting to be just stacked in someone's pocket. But man, I wouldn't be surprised if you could buy that somewhere in Canada, or all over Canada for that matter. And I guess the last question I have is, what is the maple syrup substitute and why is it so bad? I mean, is it just not a particular brand, or is it something else and different entirely?
And finally, know the difference between a good and a bad poutine.
Little boy, what seems to be the matter?
My poutine.
Your poutine? What's wrong with your poutine?
The gravy wasn't hot enough, and now my cheese curds.
Oh my God. I swear on the ghost of John A. MacDonald that we are going to find out who did this to you, and when we do, we are going to file a formal complaint.
I mean, look, I don't have any personal experience to know how bad this truly would be, but I can understand if it's just not right, it's just not right. And to do that to a poor innocent child, honestly, I can understand why he's going to file a formal complaint, because you can't be doing that stuff. I mean, speaking of not right, I did once again realize that I said it wrong earlier in this video. I said poutine instead of Putin. I've been corrupted by too many other videos pronouncing it wrongly, and so I would try my best to remember which way it is, but I just always get caught in two mindsets about which one it really is. But speaking of Putin, I had to search it up, because after a couple of videos ago, I went, what are cheese curds? I have no example, no grasp about what they are, and that's because when I searched it up, it said that they are banned in Australia due to them being something-erized. Well, hey, last time I searched this up, it was saying that they're not really a thing because they were banned, but then now they're saying they're no longer banned. I mean, it also said the closest thing would be something like a mozzarella ball, so maybe you can validate that, but I've had plenty of those, and so I can understand the kind of texture and idea that at least that they're getting at, and also how it would work with chips. But no, that video was great. It had me from start to end. I was lucky enough to have and know some of the references in here, and others just went completely over my head, so at least there's some growing room to be had. But I feel like I've also learned a lot about the general day-to-day life of a Canadian and how the entire country operates, and hey, it doesn't sound too bad to me. But anyway, in saying that, I reckon I'm going to call it there. So thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, feel free to do the YouTube algorithm things down below. Also, if this is the first video of mine that you are watching, then make sure to go check out any other ones I've done. Also, make sure to go check out the original video down in the description below, or hey, maybe you even just want to consider subscribing so that you don't miss another one of these in the future. But all in all, have a good one and see ya.